Hello and welcome, Methodists in the Gallatin Valley. I'm Allison Skillman.
And I'm Zach Wangler. This is the Legislative News Update, sponsored by the Social Justice Action Team. Since late January, the Legislative Squad has been covering and highlighting important legislation which can be followed on our website at GallatinValleyMethodists.com, on social media, and the Monday email blast. We deliver the latest news about certain bills happening at the Montana State Legislature in Helena that impact Montanans like you. As United Methodists, it is our call to respond with our faith when injustice is seen, no matter when or how it presents itself. Allison, shall we dive into the legislation that we're covering for this week?
House Bill 235 would double the effective value of SNAP benefits when used on fruits and vegetables, making it easier for Montana residents to eat healthily and support local farmers and economies. It would benefit Montana residents with limited access to fresh produce, especially for those who live in rural communities and food desert zones. For Montana, a food desert is defined as no access to fresh fruits and vegetables within 10 miles in a rural town. Half of Montana's 56 counties are considered food deserts, where more than one-third of the residents must travel more than 10 miles to the nearest supermarket.
House Bill 35 would create a commission that would work with lawmakers and law enforcement to create policies and procedures to combat the issue of missing and murdered Indigenous persons, who are affected at a disproportionately high rate. House Bill 36 would provide funding to create community-based response teams that would help combat incidents of missing Indigenous persons. Indigenous people make up less than 7% of the state's population, but they account for over 26% of missing persons cases, which is 4 times higher than any other group in the state. Combining House Bills 35 and 36 with House Bill 98 that extends the Missing Indigenous Persons Task Force will transform the task force and bring the issue of missing and murdered Indigenous persons to the forefront in the state.
House Bill 613 would help make voting easier and more accessible on tribal lands. In recent years, voter turnout rates have increased, but many obstacles still remain. This bill would expand access to ballot drop locations and allow voters to use non-traditional addresses such as tribal government buildings in their voting precinct when registering to vote.
Well, that's all we have for this week, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more next time.